Hey everybody, welcome back to another exciting episode of What CD is Rob listening to now? And now we have this limited deluxe edition version of Kiss's Monster album. Released in October of 2012, Monster is Kiss's 20th and most likely final studio album. This was also the second album from this lineup of the band. Gene Simmons, Paul Stanley, Eric Singer, and Tommy Thayer. This album, the first album being 2009's Sonic Boom. This was led by the first single, Hell or Hallelujah, a really melodic, kind of fun Kiss rocker. Monster is a heavy and melodic record with the type of lyrics you would expect from Kiss, so don't expect any great lessons or anything here. This is mainly about sex and outer space, with Out of This World being written by Fake Ace. This album feels a lot like Sonic Boom, maybe just a continuation of that one, and the band really aren't breaking any new ground here, but I find the album to be pretty damn good. There's some pretty awkward lyrics here, like on any Kiss album, particularly Gene using the Let Your Backbone Slip thing 2 albums in a row. But I don't feel like that detracts from the album at all. Kiss have never been about thought-provoking lyrics, things like Ladies' Room and Christine 16. They're not exactly lyrical genius stories. So vocally, the entire band contribute to the album. As usual, Paul and Gene singing the majority of it. And as usual, Gene has that raspy demon voice that he's maintained the band's entire career, so it's always sounded good. Paul sounds good here as well. Maybe not in the way that he used to sound, but he is older now. And to be honest, his performance is leagues better than it is on tour. Such a shame, since he was at one time one of rock's greatest vocalists. Fake Spaceman sings vocals on his own tune, written in the same style as Ace would have written it. Again, Out of This World. And the Fake Catman sings vocals on the Paul Stanley written tune, All for the Love of Rock and Roll, a song that will remind any real Kiss fan of the tune Mr. Speed from Rock and Roll Over. There are some great classic sounding Kiss tracks on here. Songs like Eat Your Heart Out, which starts out with an a cappella section that I kind of wish didn't. The Devil Is Me and Last Chance all have that Kiss vibe that the band had started on Sonic Boom. Most of these songs just couldn't sit on any other Kiss album. They don't really fit. Like I said, this is a style pretty much for Sonic Boom and Monster. But I find no problem with that. They're all great songs, and songs like Hell or Hallelujah, Last Chance, and Shout Mercy are some of the best stuff that Kiss had written in years. Although before Sonic Boom, the previous album was Psycho Circus, and that's been a very long time. And I love Psycho Circus, fantastic album. Anyway, I read in an interview a few years back that Gene Simmons does not have any intention of recording any new Kiss CDs. He says that people don't buy them, they don't make any money off it, and I guess I understand that with Spotify and downloads and whatnot. But he says that they can't play it live because nobody wants to hear the new stuff, and I'm a pretty big Kiss fan, and I would love to hear more of the new stuff. In fact, that's one of the reasons I stopped going to their shows, because it's pretty much just Alive 1 and 2 over and over again. And I guess they throw in some Alive 3. But you don't really get anything new. I mean, the newest they really play, I think, they do Hell or Hallelujah and Psycho Circus. But it's pretty much just the Kiss heyday stuff that they play live. So I think if they did more of, their more recent albums, I might go again. And before I let you go, let's just take a quick look through this book, because this is about my CD collection and not just the album itself. This is, a 64-page magazine, so the deluxe version. There's some photos, some interviews of, from the band members. There's Gene, Fake Ace, Fake Peter, and Paul. Don't get me wrong, I think that Eric Singer is a phenomenal musician, and Tommy Thayer has no problems playing the Ace stuff. My problem with it is not only is he wearing Ace's makeup, but he even plays Ace's guitar solos. And I'm not talking about the solos recorded in the song, okay? Those should be played as they were written, because that's just the way the song sounds better. I'm talking like the guitar solo spot in the show. Just lifts it right from Ace. Anyway, that's my thoughts on Monster. Fantastic album. Probably the last album, which if you're counting studio album wise, I believe they're tied with Rush at 20. Because when talking Rush, I count Feedback as an album. So as far as I'm concerned, Rush have 20 studio albums. Anyway, that's all I got for this one. And I'll probably be back with some Metallica later. So until then, doodles.